How are you? My name is Alice. I am a nurse practitioner, and today we're going to talk about rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis is an inflammatory disorder, and anytime you hear the word inflammation, you think about the brain. The brain is producing something that is causing inflammation in your body. So the biggest question we should all ask is, why is the brain doing this? So when we talk about rheumatoid arthritis, we know that the medical world does not know the real cause of rheumatoid arthritis. Sometimes we think that there is a genetic component to it, and every time I hear the word genetic component, I think about spiritual stuff. I think about spiritual DNA. I think about the spiritual component of diseases, because all diseases truly start in the mind, because the mind is the one that controls the brain, and then the brain goes to work. But rheumatoid arthritis is a little bit tricky, because this is where your immune system starts attacking you. Your immune system is there to help you or to defend your body from foreign agents, from attacks by foreign powers, if you can call them that. It is there to help you prevent infection from bacteria, prevent infection from viruses, prevent infection from fungus and stuff like that. So when your immune system starts attacking you, what is going on? And it starts with the small joints, and then it progresses to the bigger joints. And it always attacks the opposite, like the same joints on both sides of the body. For instance, if it starts with the small joints, so it will start with these joints that join the finger to the hand, or the joints that join the toes to the legs. And then it moves on to the bigger ones. So if it affects one wrist, you can be sure it will affect the same wrist on the other side of the body. So it's both joints. And it goes on to affect your knees, to affect your hips, and to affect your shoulders. And it's always both joints on both sides of the body. Now, what in the world is causing your immune system to attack you? There's only two answers to that. It could either be that you are causing it, or you are under attack. And by now, if you listen to my videos, you know when I say that you are under attack, what I mean. And I have to give you one Bible verse, 2 Corinthians chapter 12, 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 7 to 10, where Paul, the apostle of Christ, was talking about a thorn in his flesh. When he says a thorn in my flesh, I think of something painful, something that is annoying, and what comes to my mind is actually rheumatoid arthritis. There's a few other diseases that come to my mind, and I'll talk about that when I talk about those other diseases. But rheumatoid arthritis fits the perfect picture of a thorn in the flesh, something that's very painful, something that is annoying. And what did Paul say? He says that this was a messenger of Satan that was tormenting him. So when I think about rheumatoid arthritis, I think of an unclean spirit that is attacking your body, that is causing your immune system to misbehave. Instead of defending you, it's attacking you. And there's only two ways for that to happen. Either you're causing it by maybe something you've seen or something that has happened to you, or you are under attack. Now, if you're causing it, something like fear, and we've talked about this when we discuss cancer, because cancer is also caused by a weakened immune system. But at least with cancer, it's the immune system that's weak, and it's not able to fight the cancer cells or the tumors. In rheumatoid arthritis, your immune system is attacking you. So something that could cause it could be something like trauma. If you experienced trauma in the past, and maybe you're having post-traumatic stress disorder, or you've been in the military, or you've been abused, you have anger, you have unforgiveness, and you know unforgiveness is old anger. And unforgiveness usually turns into bitterness. And when it turns into bitterness, it can start wearing your body because it affects your DNA, and it can start wearing your body. Every time you think about what happened to you, and you either experience fear or you experience anger, that is kind of chronic if you've never dealt with it, if you've never gone to therapy and learned how to overcome the fear or how to overcome the trauma or how to overcome the anger. It can eat you up. It's almost like every time you remember it, your brain produces stress chemicals, and when it does that, these chemicals kind of eat your joint as if you're producing sulfuric acid. And to me, when I think about rheumatoid arthritis, and this is my own opinion, that's what I think about. Now, if you don't have any of that, you've never experienced trauma that you've never dealt with, you haven't been in the military and you're not suffering from PTSD, or you haven't been through some kind of abuse where you're suffering from PTSD, you're not angry about something that happened to you, you don't have unforgiveness in your heart, you don't have bitterness, and you have rheumatoid arthritis, then it means that you are under attack. And the only way to overcome this is usually with prayer and fasting, because prayer and fasting gives you power over demonic forces. And for me, rheumatoid arthritis, if you're not causing it, you are under attack. So with that, continue to take your medication as you've been told to, but remember, the medication doesn't cure. The medication does not get to the root of the problem. What the medication does, it weakens the inflammatory system, and when it does that, so it's the medication that we give is supposed to weaken the immune system, so your immune system stops attacking you. But when we do that, we also expose you to other diseases, because your immune system is weak and it won't be able to defend you. Should you have an infection, a virus, or a bacteria, your immune system will be weak. The other thing that the medication does, it causes osteoporosis, so it can weaken your bones and cause so many other problems. And the one thing with rheumatoid arthritis, it's an inflammatory disease, and the joints is not the only thing that it affects. It can affect your skin, it can affect your kidneys, it can affect your heart, it can affect your eyes, cause dry eyes, it can affect your mouth, cause dry mouth, and so many other disorders. So it's best to deal with it, and the only way to deal with it is deal with the spiritual component of rheumatoid arthritis. And with that, I am done, and thank you and good luck.